Hello, and welcome to the resume of the four first classes I have attended to, which are classified as lessons. So we're going to start off right at the beginning. So at the first lesson, we learned about encoding and decoding cities, airlines, equipment, and encode countries. So we're going to start off by telling what we have learned to do. So when it comes to encoding cities, we used the code DAC at the first, and then we used the decode city DAN. To encode or decode airlines, we use DNA. To encode or decode aircraft equipment, we use DNE, which is we don't have to confuse it with DNA. It's DNE. And lastly, encode or decode a country, which is DC. Now, if you want to do this, you will always be put with the departure and the arrival place, or maybe the equipment just one piece, the airline maybe it's two, and the country as well could be two. You had to do this by following certain reasons. For example, for cities, you have to, if you have, for example, from Madrid to Paris, you have to put the three first letters and the three last letters, and it always comes in a list in case it is not the first three letters. But we, for example, in this case, we would be MAD for Madrid and PAR for Paris. Now that's all for lesson 1, and in lesson 2 we learn about flight availability. And in flight availability we learn about transaction code, the date, city pair, and time. This allows us to see the flight availability when we use this command in concrete. So the transaction code is, for now, is going to be AN, because we are later on going to learn about more codes and different stuff. The date is always the number, and then comes the date, and it's always 3 letters. Then the city pair, which I have explained in lesson 1, and the time, which is given by 4 numbers or 3, depending on what you need. Yeah, so also when everything is displayed, because obviously when flight availability is displayed, there's also a kind of symbols that allows us to know what is going on. So we have the slash, update and sell together is what is showing us, is the ones that are updated and they sell together. The dot is the actual number of available seats is not displayed. If there's 2 points, the display is synchronized with the airplane's reservation system, and the star is the actual number of available seats that can be obtained. And that's everything for lesson 2. Now, going to lesson 3, we have a whole lot of commands. So I'm gonna tell them, and if there's anyone I have missed, I don't think so. I think not. I will put it right here, over here, but I don't think it's necessary. So ACR is about availability return flights. Yeah, it's just that, and to put the date and the hour next, as I said before. MD is display more, MU display previous, and MT is display first. Right. And now we use AC. If we want to change something, instead of using ACR again, we use AC. We put the time, the date, and we can change the departure time. We see the displayability in other cases. And if you put AC2, for example, you put display flights 2 days after, 2 days later. And if you put AC -3, is display flights 3 days earlier. Right. Then also we have, if we put another city, another destination in front of AC, we can change the board point to other places. And AC / city is the change of point to another place. AC / city would be to display airlines, or the airline. Yes, AC / A, the name of the airline, is to display airlines. And 1MS is to see the availability of airlines. Right. So now we enter to lesson 4. In lesson 4, we learn about alternative availability entries. So this is what we changed at the first, what we saw in lesson 2, which was the AN, date, city pair, time. And the AN is neutral, so it doesn't it shows everything, right? But if we want to say something specific, for example, AA is display availability by arrival, AD is by departure, and AE is for by elapsed time. Then if we want to see ACAA, is we order flights by arrival time, ACAD by departure time, and ACAE is elapsed time. Yeah, and lastly, but not least, we have the last ones, which are when flight availability is requested, we put /X and then the city. So if we want to see a specific airline, we do /AIB, or /A, then the airline is specific, because IB is Iberia, for example. And then specific type of flights, which is /FN if you want to see flights that are non-stop, /FD if you want to see flights that need to stop, and FC /FC if you want to see concrete kinds of flights. Then if you want a specific class, /CY. And that's everything I have learned from the last 4 lessons. I hope you have understood it in this brief resume, and I'll see you in the next resume for the next 4 lessons.